Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on the Wheels. Welcome everyone to a special Saturday edition of the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. What's good, everybody doing out there? Appreciate everyone tuning back in here on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts is at. Appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for tuning back in. If you're new to the show, if you're new to the podcast, man, I'm definitely going to be chatting wrestling, man. It's the wrestling side of it. Definitely follow the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. Subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, and definitely smash that subscribe button here on YouTube. Like it, leave a comment, and don't forget to follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, like I said, man, riding solo dolo, man. I can talk wrestling for weeks, man. I can talk wrestling forever. But yo, man, it's a Saturday, man. Special Saturday edition of Talk Pro Wrestling. Had some things I had to do this week, so the recording for Talk Pro Wrestling had to been pushed back. So, man, I'm here. It's time to dive into it, man. We're gonna be talking about a couple of topics, man. Definitely, I'm gonna be chatting a couple of topics here on this week's episode of Talk Pro Wrestling. But first up and foremost, we're gonna get into it. Woo! Last night on SmackDown, we seen the SmackDown side get complete from the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. We kicked off SmackDown with a nice matchup, in my opinion, man. Very nice matchup with AJ Styles, Edge, and Rey Mysterio. Kicking off SmackDown, it was a great triple threat match. A little bit of me wanted the one on ones, but I think, man, this was awesome. I love some triple threat matches, man, for real. Just that whole man, you could lose the match without getting pinned, and also that drama that comes with the triple threat matches. But definitely dope triple threat matches. I had AJ Styles going all the way, and which he did. He went all the way and fought the second winner of the second triple threat matchup was between Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Sheamus. Yes, man. Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, and Sheamus. Bobby got busted open towards the end of the matchup, but Bobby really needed that. But I felt like Bobby Lashley just wasn't going to pull that out because all the stuff that he was going through with Austin Theory, and now Theory and Bobby is on the same show on SmackDown. Maybe Bobby is probably going to go after that United States Championship one more time, but I don't think so because there's been some, rumors going around, just some rumors that Bobby Lashley is one of the three men who's supposed to face Roman Reigns in the next couple of months. So I think that'll be nice, man. I mean, Bobby Lashley. I think after last year with the whole Elimination Chamber thing, even this year, man, like him and Brock Lesnar going at it, and uh, Bobby getting the first one, and Brock getting the third one, and they fought at Elimination Chamber, and Brock said, "You know what, man? Fuck it, man. I can't beat you. I'm just gonna low blow you." And we don't get the conclusion of that, sort of like the rubber match or anything like that. Like that was the third one, and low blowed him. So, and Bobby, no match at WrestleMania, and Brock goes on to face Omos. But hey, I digress. But the year prior, man, he sort of got, in my opinion, the booking decisions were a little bad, in my opinion, with Lashley. He got injured in the Elimination Chamber match, so they had to take him out. That way, it was already a way of crowning a new WWE champion in Brock Lesnar that night. So we all know what happened with that. But man, Bobby Lashley, man, is a big superstar, and he could really be on a huge role if they just really play their cards right. With Bobby Lashley though, but Bobby Lashley is supposed to be one of the next contenders. That's cool. That's really cool. AJ Styles picked up the big victory over Bobby Lashley, and now the card. Well, the match is set. The match is set, everyone. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins, man. Oh, hey, I love it. All right, Seth freaking Rollins taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles. Hey, man, like, come on, man. These guys fought back in, I believe it was 2016 at Money in the Bank for the Universal Championship. and for a couple of times, man. So I know Seth and AJ is gonna put on some, no pun intended. It's gonna be a phenomenal matchup. We throughout this tournament, we got to see AJ Styles and Finn Balor in the finals, sort of on Monday Night Raw for the semifinals to close out Monday Night Raw, which was beautiful. So Seth Rollins winning it all the way, man, and look here. I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins, man. I don't think anyone can tell me any different. Seth Rollins, man, has deserved it. And I know a lot of people can say a lot of other people deserved it, but I don't think like Seth freaking Rollins, man. Seth Rollins, it been a while since he been champion, and I'm not even talking Universal champion. I mean the Universal Championship run was really nice. He got that opportunity to finally beat Brock Lesnar and everything. But I think Seth Rollins' run right now, where the crowd is just definitely behind him, man. They love Seth Rollins, but then you also got Cody Rhodes over there too. So I think my man Warren said this. Shout out to my guy Warren Buzzing with Marlowe. He said that, and a couple of people said it actually that you got Seth Rollins and you got Cody Rhodes. They on the same show, the top two baby faces on Monday Night Raw. And I don't think we had two top baby faces on sort of the same show, or yeah, the same show in a long time in WWE. And this is resemblance to the Attitude Era at some point. But where Seth Rollins came out on Monday Night Raw and gave Cody that look, I saw through that look to an interview I saw with Cody Rhodes, excuse me, Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins was just, you know, he was upset. I don't know if it had to do with anything with his booking over the last month or so, but not that Raw after WrestleMania where his promo got cut, and obviously the following week there was traveling issues, but I'm not too sure if he was a part of that or he just wasn't on TV. But nonetheless, man, he just didn't like certain superstars coming in the business. I believe it was Cody Rhodes, and he was also talking about Logan Paul, also just sort of leeching off of the WWE business in the industry. But shout out to Logan Paul, man. He can kill it. He can do it. Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, one of the top two, man, like greatest celebrities, outsiders that can come in and show off. And boy, oh boy, we seen that. So Seth Rollins, man, I can say he's my guy over Cody Rhodes. Now I understand what they're doing with Cody Rhodes and him coming back to WWE. Even when he came back at WrestleMania and took on Seth, I felt like, man, he's going straight to the top. But I don't want him to go straight to the top. Work his way there. And I think it's all going to line up and it's all going to come together, stuff like that. But Seth freaking Rollins, man, is going to be in the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament against AJ Styles, and I'm all the way with Seth Rollins, man. All the way on Seth Rollins. That belt will look beautiful on Seth Rollins at Night of Champions, man. So who you guys got? Who you guys got? I got Seth freaking Rollins all the way. But speaking of Night of Champions, you guys, last night on SmackDown, woo, you can cut the tension in the room with a knife, man. It was so tense on SmackDown in Knoxville, Tennessee. I want to say one thing, man. Woo! Like, I understand, man. Coming off of last weekend, we had Backlash. They went San Juan, Puerto Rico. It was hot, man. 2 nights, actually. Last Friday and actually last Saturday at Puerto Rico, man. Sold out. They broke all types of attendance record and merchandise records. So, and I've been hearing some of the superstars want Puerto Rico to be in Backlash every year, which will be fun. But obviously we can't see that. I don't really see them going to Puerto Rico twice a year. Once a year would be beautiful. Because that crowd, man, boy, that love it. And then coming from that, and then you had Monday Night Raw. Now, my guy, shout out to my guy Warren Marlowe once again from Buzzing with Marlowe. He's from Jacksonville, Florida. He took his daughter to her first Monday Night Raw, which I can't wait to take my little man to his first WWE event or wrestling event in general. So it's going to be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. But he was there, man, and he was like, man, the crowd was just, man, they were hyped all the way through, and I was just like, for Monday Night Raw, certain parts of it, like I know the Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar segment. It seemed like it was piped in piped in booze throughout the whole throughout the segment where Brock Lesnar was over top of Cody. Look at my face. Doing all that crazy stuff, and they were just booing. So I'm like, that sounded like piped in noise, man, for real. But if it wasn't or not, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm just saying from what I experienced Raw, and like I said, coming off of Backlash, so many people, man, the crowd was just awesome. It was beautiful. It felt like a concert, man, just everything. And then you come to Raw, man, and it's like, okay. Like, okay, the crowd ain't all the way there, and then in Knoxville, Tennessee, boy, the crowd was just, okay. But that segment alone sort of woke up the crowd in a bit, because in the beginning of that triple threat match, they were a little dry, a little bit, just to me, just my opinion. I don't know if you guys saw anything out of it, but they were dry. But you guys, Night of Champions, Roman Reigns, last night on SmackDown, Roman Reigns returned. Yes, man, the tribal chief returned to SmackDown in Knoxville, Tennessee to have everyone acknowledge him. And not only that, man, he came out there to, get some stuff off his chest, I should say. And was saying to Solo, man, Solo has been stepping up. He's been the man of the bloodline since I've been gone, since I've been, away for some time, man. If Solo, got a problem, or if it's a problem that need to be solved, Solo is your guy, man, for real. And two other people just haven't been doing that, man. And it's the Usos. It's your brothers, man. And the way Jay face, man, Jay sells it all. You can tell, and I've seen someone on TikTok or Instagram that Jimmy is the funny one out of the brothers and stuff like that. He's the more goofy one. You can kind of like tell. Jimmy is just, he's kind of like cool. But Jay, man, everything is all over his face, man. When Roman said, man, your brothers are the one that's just not, pulling they, work, man. And Jay just like, hold up, bro. Like, everything is starting to flash back, everything. And I'm sitting there, and the moment where Roman Reigns says, apologize. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, bro. Like, you our cousin. We family. We are grown ass men. We got kids. And you gonna sit up here and tell us apologize? I don't want to hear nothing out your mouth and say, I apologize or I'm sorry. Like, oh, wait. I love the tribal chief, man, but damn it, this is good for real. Because I'm like, I'm a fan of the tribal chief. I'm with Roman all the way. But at the same time, I'm like, dog, how y'all gonna let him talk to y'all like that? Like, come on, how y'all gonna let him talk to y'all like that? And not only that, weeks prior, I'm like, they kept dedicating every match. This for the tribal chief. Put your ones. This for the tribal chief. I'm like, bro, y'all losing though. Y'all not seeing what's going on though. Like, uh, uh, what was it? It was what was it? What I was watching? I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was AEW or it was someone NXT or something like that. And the superstar had returned. I can't remember it, but long story short, do the Usos watch back SmackDown at any point or anything like that? Have they watched back the night after WrestleMania where they didn't want Roman? They didn't want the Usos in the locker room with them. They're not seeing Jay Uso's face. And the crazy thing is, they didn't even get to the part where Solo was about the Samoans fight Jay at Backlash. So it's. I was like, man, Roman got some things to touch on. He got to acknowledge that Solo been doing his thing, and the Usos haven't been currying they work. They've been slacking. They ain't, even though they're the great tag team, they just been losing since WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns have to address that. Also, when he addressed the World Heavyweight Championship, so leave that alone. That's cool. But everything else he sort of addressed, man, and I dig it. And it just embarrassed or Roman Reigns playing my games, embarrassing the Usos and pushing Jimmy and nudging him and then Jay stands up, man. Jay stands up and it's like Jay don't want Jimmy to go through what Jay went through of this psychological mental abuse by Roman Reigns. And it's like, man, let's just fall in line. He putting food on our table, and it might be some more. It might be a layer under this story with Jay and Roman that's a little bit more deeper before Jimmy had came back from his injury, But Jay is like, man, yo, man, he putting food on the table, man. Our key is good. Why we got to disrespect the tribal chief? Stuff like I don't know, man, but I'm just loving the story and how Jay is just he's so I want to say he's so naive though, but man, he's so blind. He's so blind to really what's going on. And maybe he's not. Maybe he's just playing out this way, and I love it. It's like a sort of a TV. It is a TV show. SmackDown is a TV show. It's a wrestling TV show, but it's playing out, like a TV show because the way I'm saying it, what I mean by is like this is an event, this comes on every week, and Jay Uso or the Usos may not wrestle every single week, so you do get the opportunity to watch this back. This like, a TV show is filmed and produced months and years probably in advance and stuff like that. So I would think they would have the time to watch it back, but I love the way it's playing out. And for Roman Reigns to say what he said, and I seen a post on Facebook, but I didn't know if it was true. Somebody said, "Is this true?" And I was like, "Nah." But then there's also a meme going around on social media where Roman Reigns got every championship in the book. I'm talking about the women's championship, the UFC championship, the tag team, United States, Intercontinental, you name it, man. You name it. Hell, even the new World Heavyweight Championship. But yo, at Night of Champions, oh man, I was blown away. Roman Reigns is going to team with Solo Sikoa to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, hear me out. This the kicker right here, right? They're in Saudi Arabia, and Sami Zayn don't really go to Saudi Arabia because some religions and stuff like that he don't go there, you know. And so this leaves everything up in the air. This leaves it to be very interesting. Will Sami Zayn pop up? Will they take out Sami Zayn before the show, leaving Kevin Owens to go over and perform by himself? Will Matt Riddle stick in? Will one of the Usos join Kevin Owens to team up with, like I don't think Kevin Owens will even want that. He was so far against even chatting with the Usos after they beat them at WrestleMania. So this is going to be very interesting to see how it all plans out and how it all goes at Night of Champions. Though Roman Reigns, I don't see Roman Reigns losing, man. He's approaching another couple of weeks. He's approaching 1,000 days as champion. I don't see Roman Reigns losing, but I don't see him winning the tag team championships neither. It was 10 years ago since him and Seth won the World Tag Team Championships. And now, 10 years later, can Roman Reigns do it again? I don't think so, man. I think this is the perfect storm, the perfect time for Jay, because it don't seem like it's going to be Jimmy. It could be Jimmy, not after what happened on SmackDown. But this will be the perfect time for Jimmy to sort of slide in and cause. This would be great for Jimmy to cause Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa the match at Night of Champions. I'm not quite sure, but bro, that right there that's the kicker, man. That is the kicker, and I'm really interested. Or I was saying, well, maybe Roman and Solo wins. That is the way they can have Roman on both shows, But I mean, if you got the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, you don't need Roman going back to both shows. So if he wins the World Heavyweight tag team titles, that means him and Solo will indeed be on both shows. And speaking of both shows, like how Sammy and KO have the tag team titles, they are on both shows, and they will be on SmackDown next week in a face-off with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. So we're going to see how that goes. And I know it's a lot of more story you can tell there, especially with Jay and Sami Zayn and, so much other stuff, man. so much other stuff. But who you guys got, man, in this match? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Also, if it made official this past Monday night on Raw that we're going to see Cody Rhodes and Brock freaking Lesnar, Brock Lesnar and Cody again at a Night of Champions, man. And Brock Lesnar just haven't really explained why he's taking out Cody Rhodes, but hey, we gonna see where this goes, man. And obviously, we know what this sort of is. We know what this is about. You know, this Cody Rhodes trying to tear him down, bring him back up, have him chase the championship, that babyface chase. So I think it's gonna be awesome, man. I think it's gonna be really awesome. Cody Rhodes got to win again though, but Cody Rhodes ran away after he beat Brock Lesnar at Backlash. So Cody got to stand tall and win against Brock Lesnar. Is going to be a brutal matchup, but we're going to see, man. More matches are to come for Night of Champions. That is going to be awesome, man. Definitely going to be awesome. We might get Oscar versus Bianca Belair. We seen Oscar return on SmackDown last night, spit the mist and spit the mist in Bianca Belair's face. So turning Oscar heel. So man, it's gonna be interesting, man. We got a lot going on, man. Really a lot going on in wrestling though. Before I move on to my next topic, we got some great matches that you can see right here for tonight's AEW Rampage, you guys. Yeah, speaking of AEW Rampage, you guys gonna be tuning in tonight. I really haven't been tuning in over the last couple of weeks to AEW Rampage, and I think it's because the inconsistency of the show for the last couple of weeks, and that's also due to the NBA playoffs. But I think that 10 o'clock slot after SmackDown is a little rough, man. And then for one of the weeks they were at 5:30. They were at maybe like 6:30 on a Friday. Then they did like Saturday at 10. So it's a little inconsistent. And then it's taped, so people can see the spoilers, or they can watch it. But I think that is one of the main things, people will probably get a lot of spoilers from. That being one of the tape shows throughout the week. You got Raw's Live, NXT, AEW Dynamite. It's a tape Impact. So all the news with Trinity got out stuff. I saw all of that on TikTok and social media before I actually, saw it. So but shout out to Trinity, man. She looking to capture the Knockouts Championship, and she hopefully probably going to go against Deanna Praza. Who knows, man? We gonna find out real soon. We definitely gonna find out real soon. But yeah, man, Rampage, man. Rampage is I mean, we got a new show coming up, which I'm about to get into. It's called AEW Collision. That's going to be on Saturday nights. Now, AEW Rampage, I'm hearing that it's supposed to be it's going to be getting a little remodel, and they're going to try to like make it similar to WWF Sunday Night Heat, where they keep a lot of the storylines from the main show on Sunday Night Heat, and also feature some of the main superstars. And what they're going to do is film Rampage the same night as they do the same night they do Dynamite, which I'm pretty sure they either may do it before, they may do it after. Well, either way though, but they're supposedly remodeling AEW Rampage, and supposed to be a little similar to Sunday Night Heat. I was a big fan of Sunday Night Heat. When I was reading something, and it was saying Sunday Night Heat went off the air in 2008. I was like, damn, for real? I don't remember. I thought it went off way before that though. But hey, man, yeah, man, I think this is awesome, and AEW. Rampage is also going to be what AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation sort of was. We're going to have the independent guys come on AEW Rampage. Excuse me, actually, they're going to. I was told, I got that mixed up. Not I was told, but I read uh, that they're going to keep a lot of the independent guys who do the matches for Saturdays, where they're going to do AEW Collision, and also they're going to take Ring of Honor. So I think they're going to be the independent guys are going to have some really good time on Ring of Honor, and what they're going to do with Rampage is kind of like continue that them stories that they do on Wednesday on Rampage as well, and then we got AEW Collision, AEW Saturday Night Collision coming up, man. Like if AEW didn't have so many damn shows, but they canceled Dark, they canceled Elevation, so now we got Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage. So we're going to Rampage. It's going to be sort of the new Sunday Night Heat in a way with AEW. You got Dynamite, and then we got AEW Collision, and the brands are getting split up, And I'm pretty sure this have everything to do with CM Punk coming back. And uh next month is rumored that he's supposed to return where AEW goes to Chicago. They're going to do a show in Chicago next month, and it's possible that CM Punk could be back, but it's most heavily that he is going to be back. I said my opinions on that. I think it's a cool idea. I just want to see it play out. Yes, I understand that this guy um, can be a little over the top with it. I ain't gonna, I'm just being nice with the gentleman. I don't really know the guy. I never been in a locker room with a guy. Actually, I met CM Punk in 2008 before, and before Monday Night Raw, he signed one of my shirts. This one he had long hair. He didn't. This was before he took off to be the best in the world and everything like that. But let's just see how it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. And AEW All In that's in Wembley Stadium over in the UK has sold over 65, 70,000 tickets, man, alone. Not one match, not one, not nothing, not nobody. You don't even know who's going to be there. But boy, oh boy, that says a lot, man. That says a lot, and that Tony Khan pulled that off. And I think not only that he pulled that off, I think uh you got some UK wrestling, you got some UK AEW fans out there that really, really, really dig AEW and they really want to show out. And you got some guys out there that just was like, "Oh man, they going to Wembley Stadium, man, wrestling. I gotta go, man. That's just going to be history in itself." But man, oh man, there's been some big speculations. I'm really not going to get into most of them, but just hearing that alone, um, man, that is going to be one historic night in June, historic night, and excuse me, in August. So AEW man is really doing their thing right now. So we see where that goes. Before we get there, we got Double or Nothing coming up in a couple of weeks, and man, that weekend is hectic, bro. You got Night of Champions on Saturday. You got the pay per view all excuse me, Double or Nothing Sunday, and that same night you got NXT. So it's crazy, man. It's so much going on. It's so much going on that final week. Double or Nothing. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for all the wrestling that's going down. MLW. I've been catching up to MLW. Shout out to my guy Alex Kane, man. He won the Battle Riot. So now he has the opportunity to face the MLW World Heavyweight Champion. So that's gonna be awesome, man. So shout out to Alex Kane. I know he bringing home the MLW Championship. I had him on the previous episode of the podcast. You can definitely check him out. On there. Also, check out another episode which former WWE superstar was here on the podcast, JTG, man. For real. A dope show, man. Dope show we had here on the 1130 podcast this week. But before I wrap it up and head on out of here, you guys, man, this past week on NXT, we kicked off the NXT Women's Tournament. We kicked off the women's tournament to crown the new NXT Women's Champion, man. And hey, I was talking about this on Commission Talks real fast. For some reason though, 'cause I said this, I think the way they doing with Tiffany Stratton. My opinion sort of changed after hearing the boys talk and the guys talk on commission. I was all the way. I was like, man, the way they pushing Tiffany Stratton, I think Tiffany is gonna go all the way and she's gonna win it. She's gonna probably take on Cord J in the final. She may or may not win it, but the way they pushing her, it seems like she may. But I didn't think of I didn't choose Roxanne. The reason why I didn't choose Roxanne because Roxanne was just the women's champion, and I didn't know if they would give Roxanne the belt right back. So, a theory that the guys were saying that Roxanne goes all the way to the final by beating Tiffany Stratton, I believe next week on NXT, and stick on Core Jade, which remember those two were NXT Women's Champions until Core Jade just threw the tag team titles and the belt in the trash. And Tiffany Stratton like, hold up, wait a minute, you cost me my shot to go on to win, and bitch, you didn't even win, so I got to take you out. So they're in a little story, so it's gonna be interesting. So who you guys got for the tournament? Leave a comment down below, man. Like it, share it. Tell everyone about the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, man. Especially for everyone who's listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and review. And I always keep looking to my right. It just be so much going on out of the window. But yo, man. Other than that, yo, you guys, I'm excited for everything that's coming up. This Monday on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins is going to let everyone know, man, how he deserved to be the number one guy, man. And also, Damian Priest, really high. Everybody's really high on Damian Priest right now, at least the WWE management. And it may be a new member coming soon to Judgment Day. I don't know. A lot of people were saying JD McDonough. I didn't see that. I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. But hey, if it's JD McDonough, it's all cool. I can see Damian Priest going on by himself, and doing his thing. But hey, I think I think that'd be awesome. Man, everything that took place on Raw was pretty decent, pretty decent. Everything was cool, man. That I can think of right now. NXT also one thing I wanted to mention. We seen the NXT superstar make his debut on SmackDown this past week. Cameron Grimes, man. The crowd was a little dead. I thought they was gonna be like to the moon, and I was like, hey, but that's what happens though. Sometimes with those NXT guys that they're so they perform in front of the same people almost every single week. So you're new people. They probably don't even watch NXT. So I know it's probably a little rough for him, but Cameron Grimes won real fast though, real fast against Baron Corbin, and that's another thing we were talking about, or at least a topic that I mentioned on Commission Talks. Baron Corbin having a makeover to his character, and going back, having a little twist, and maybe going back to the Lone Wolf character. And I think that would be awesome. And whatever way they can pull that off, of Baron Corbin going back to the Lone Wolf character, I feel like it's coming soon, man. I don't know. I mean, the bum ass Baron Corbin, I was digging that. Maybe he can go back to bum ass Baron Corbin. He ain't got to be happy Corbin. I mean, he's just Baron Corbin now. The music got to change because he's barely like doing anything. He won a match over in the UK tour for the first time in a long damn time. But Lone Wolf Baron Corbin would be awesome, man. I would dig that. I would definitely be digging that all the way, man. What else before we head on out of here? Like I mentioned, Impact. I was checking out Impact this past week, and also, like I said, Trinity debut was all over the place. Even the week before, when she made her debut, and she said she did to capture the Knockouts Championship. So will she do that? Will she not? We'll find out, man, in a couple of weeks, man. Just a lot of things that's going down. Rhino, man. Rhino challenging Steve Macklin for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Was a great match. Obviously, Steve Macklin came out victorious. Just everything about Impact right now, man. I'm just getting back into it. I haven't been catching up so late, but you guys, man, it's a lot of wrestling going on, man. It's a lot of wrestling. So whatever you guys like me here and chatting about, man, leave a comment down below. Let me know, man, because definitely I love wrestling, man. I love it. So I'm gonna chat about it here on the podcast, you guys. But man, oh man, this has been a awesome show, an awesome Saturday to be joining you guys here on the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, man, for real. Before I head on out of here, you guys, man, I will be going on break next month. We'll be going on break next month, and I will be back. And well, I told myself I will not set a specific date. I just want to, take a little time off. My son's birthday is coming up in 2 months, so yes, you guys, yes, man, time flies, time flies. So he's about to be 1 year old, 1 year old It is. Phew, I'm amazed, man. I'm amazed. Every day is something new. He climbing out the bed now by himself, and he just want to do everything. He into everything. I'm loving it, man. So yes, man. I'm taking some time off. Try to come back with some awesome, fresh content. Not only for Talk Pro Wrestling here, and but the main podcast show, the 11:30 podcast show, streaming on YouTube each and every week. So definitely trying to do that with some new guests, some great guests, and just keep everything going on, man. When I started the old new format of the podcast going with StreamYard, I was supposed to have a dope background, but I'm actually in an empty room. It actually was my sister room before she, once she moved out, but this room is gonna be my little man room, but he's in the room with us for right now. But yeah, I'm gonna try to, that's what my plans are right now. Is trying to get the podcast going, man, and take it to the next level. Really take it to the next level. But I only can take it to the next level with everyone else support, man. And once again, I thank everyone for the major support of supporting the 11:30 podcast the long way, man. For real. You look at, man. You gonna cop some shirt, cop a shirt, cop a tank top, man. It's warm. The weather is warm. It's May, so it's raining. You can get a hoodie if you want to. Uh, New merch will be coming in the fall, man. New merch will be coming in the fall. So I gotta step my stuff up. Definitely gotta give me some wrestling gear. But other than that, man, I'm about to wrap it on up and head on out of here, man. I'm about to do a Willie and do it on. I know everybody say, man, do it, do it, do it. No, I'm just bored. This is an electric chair, man. If I do a wheelie, I'm be on the ground. But you guys, man, yo, there's enough of me talking my talk here on wrestling this week. This has been a dope show, as always. It is though. But before I head on out of here, you guys, man, follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow the 11:30 podcast on TikTok. Follow the 11:30 podcast on Instagram at the 11:30 podcast underscore, on TikTok at the 11:30 podcast. Like the 11:30 podcast on Facebook. And if you haven't done so this entire episode, make sure you subscribe right here, man. Tell a friend about this episode. And man, yo, if you dig wrestling, if you want to hop on and chat wrestling with me, man, hit me up on my social medias and we can chat wrestling, man. Big wrestling fan. Let's go. Want to shout out to the Buzzing with Marlo podcast. Also, shout out to Off the Top Rose podcast. Shout out to my guy, the Beeline Entertainment LLC show and web show. Shout out to the Call Up podcast, the Dirty Hills podcast, the Jobbeteers podcast. Man, Tino's Time Wrestling Podcast. I hope I said that right, man. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone who support the 11:30 podcast, all the wrestling podcasts out there, and everything, man. For real, summer's coming up. I hope everyone stay safe and enjoy their time. Yo, and until next time, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Stay safe, stay blessed, give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, until next time, I'm out.